Hello BookTube, my name is Rachel and today I'm going to be doing my summer wrap-up. In the beginning of my summer, I posted a video called my tentative summer TBR, and I set out to read 21 books this summer. Not 21 only, but there was a list of 21 that I wanted to read. I read 4 of them. But don't worry, I read plenty of other books and I will now be talking about them for your viewing pleasure. Before I get started, I just wanted to make sure that you knew how this was going to happen, because there are plenty of books in this and I don't want this to be a 100-minute video. What I'm going to be doing is I'll hold up the books that I own. A lot of the books I read were from either my Kindle or the library, so I don't actually own them. But I'll be holding up the books that I do own and telling you my rating of them, and that's about it. Because there are tons of books in this. And then I'll be showing you my top 5 of the summer. So let's get started! The first book that I read this summer, lucky me, was Wonder by R.J. Palicho, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Next, I read Me Being Me is As Insane as You Being You by Todd Haysack Lowy, and I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. No, I haven't thrown this book in the trash can yet. Next, I read Winger by Andrew Smith and gave it -5 out of 5 stars. On Goodreads it says 1, but that's because you can't rate a book a 0, so. Next, I read the 3 novels in the Summer I Turned Pretty series. The Summer I Turned Pretty, It's Not Summer Without You, and We'll Always Have Summer. All by Jenny Han. I gave The Summer I Turned Pretty 5 out of 5 stars. It Won't Be Summer Without You 4 out of 5 stars, and We'll Always Have Summer 5 out of 5 stars. The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins, 5 out of 5 stars. Next, I read Seconds by Brian Lee O'Malley, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Scarlet by Marissa Myers, one of my biggest surprises of the summer, 5 out of 5 stars. Next, I read the first edition of Lumberjanes by Noelle Stevenson, 5 out of 5 stars. We Were Liars by E. Lockhart, another one of my biggest surprises of the summer, 4 out of 5 stars. Next, I read the Lumberjanes editions 2 through 6, giving all of them either 4 or 5 stars. Continuing on with Noelle Stevenson, Nimona, 5 out of 5 stars. Then, I did it! I finished the trilogy, the companion series, Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins, 5 out of 5 stars. Lost at Sea by Brian Lee O'Malley, 2.5/3 out of 5 stars. Next, I read The Bad Beginnings and The Reptile Room, both by Lemony Snicket's, 5 out of 5 stars and 4 out of 5 stars. Impulse by Ellen Hopkins, 4 out of 5 stars. The Wide Window, the 3rd installment of the series of unfortunate events by Lemony Snicket, 3 out of 5 stars. Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me by Mindy Kaling, 4 out of 5 stars. A Little Something Different by Sandy Hall, 3 out of 5 stars. But one of my favorite covers of the year. Next up, I read The Knife of Never Letting Go and the novella The New World, both by Patrick Ness. So good. I really need to read the next 2 really soon. They're just sitting on my shelves from the library and I really need to read them, and I really want to read them. Next, I read Morning Glories for a Better Future by Nick Spencer, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Next up, I read Mosquitoland by David Arnold, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Next, I read Lumberjanes, volumes 8 through 11, and I gave them either 4 or 5 stars out of 5 stars. The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torr, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Ask the Passenger by A.S. King, 5 out of 5 stars. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jesse Andrews, either 1.5 or 2 out of 5 stars. Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour, 5 out of 5 stars. Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertelli, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The Miserable Mill by Lemony Snicket, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Lock and Key Volume 1, Welcome to Lovecraft by Joe Hill, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. So good. So good. And finally, last but certainly not least, Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon, 5 out of 5 stars. Yay! That was the complete list of the books that I read this summer. Now I will be showing you my top 5 favorites, my top 5 least favorites, and then, you know, I'll do the classic, try to hold them all up and kind of giggle when it doesn't work, and then I'll say goodbye. So let's get into the next part. For my top 5 favorites of the summer, coming in at number 5 is The Bad Beginnings by Lemony Snicket. Mostly I'm just including this on here because I'm really glad and I'm really enjoying the series of unfortunate events, and I think this pretty much represents it. I love Violet, I love Sunny, and I love Claus. They are all so cute and so intelligent, and I plan to finish this series before 2016. Coming in at number 4 is kind of just the author, Noelle Stevenson. I only have a physical copy of Nimona, but the Lumberjanes and Nimona both have incredible artwork, incredible storylines, remarkable and adorable characters, great colors. I'm just so impressed by Noelle Stevenson as an artist and as a storyteller, and I totally plan, if this ever had another one, I'd read another one of this, but I totally hope to finish the Lumberjanes eventually. Sometime soon, I hope. Coming in at number 3 is a bit of a shock for me because I really wasn't expecting this at all, honestly. But that is Lock and Key Volume 1 by Joe Hill. I loved this story. I was terrified, and it kind of reminded me of when I started watching The Walking Dead, and I was also kind of terrified of that. But it's just intriguing, and I think it's well written, and really interesting, and horrifying, and I am totally excited to continue this series once I get up to my school, because my school's library actually has the next 5 volumes, but my public library in my hometown doesn't. Go figure. Number 2 is not really a surprise to me. I expected it to be up here. I assumed it would be up here, and that is Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. I will be filming a review for this pretty shortly, but I just want to throw out right now that this is not what I was expecting it to be, which is why it's so darn high on this list. And coming in at number 1, no surprise here, it's in my top 5 favorites books of the entire year, and that is Wonder. I swear, everybody needs to read this. I think everybody can get something out of this. Everybody can learn multiple important lessons out of this. Augie is just a ray of sunshine who I will never forget. He'll always be in my heart, like right here. He'll be right here. This is where Augie lives, in my heart. I love him. I adore this novel. My children will hear this. My grandchildren will hear this. I mean, my roommate will probably end up hearing this. Everyone will hear about this book from me. I love this book, and I am so glad that this is the first book I read this summer. Number 4 is Lost at Sea by Brian Lee O'Malley. It wasn't that it's the worst book in the world, it was just really pretentious, and I was hoping for something funnier, and I think it was trying too hard to do everything, and I didn't really like the art style, and I don't know, I read it in about an hour, so, and I got it from Value Village, so I didn't waste my time or money, but, you know, it's just not good, honestly. Coming in at number 3, which I fortunately do not have a copy of, is Me Being Me is as insane as You Being You. I almost bought this from Barnes & Noble's the second I saw it because it's a stunning book, and the concept of it being written in lists, all entirely in list forms, is intriguing and interesting and really unique, but I just thought for a 666-page book, it was fairly unnecessary, most of it. I thought the characters were unrealistic and irritating, and I don't know. Now that I think about it, 3 out of 4 of the books on this least favorite lists were told from male perspectives, male teenage perspectives. I don't dig it. I learned that about myself this year. I do not dig teenage male perspective. Not a fan. Coming in at number 2 is Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews. I thought this was going to be funny and lighthearted, and the trailer for the movie looks really indie and really cool, actually, and I heard it's actually better than this book, and I don't doubt it from this book. This was racist, portrayed negative stereotypes. It included people of diverse backgrounds just to sell the novel. Its characters were weak and kind of pointless and pathetic. The storyline was a little bit pointless and incredibly unrealistic. Not a number 1 fan. Number 0 fan, actually. I don't understand the huge praise behind this book. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Coming in at number 1, you know what this is, my least favorite book of all time, Winger by Andrew Smith. No, I don't like this book. I don't want to talk about it. I really don't. He's pathetic, childish. He doesn't use his intelligence. I mean, he's supposed to be the smartest kid in his grade. He skipped 2 grades and is supposed to be the smartest. He's an idiot. He is sexist, homophobic, childish, ageist. I don't mess around with this. And potty humor on every single page. The audience of this is supposed to be like 15, not 6. Yay! I read some books this summer. Just a few some were pretty good, some were pretty bad. Most of them are very pretty. They look pretty in this pile. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you are interested in learning more about my opinions on any of these books, I will put down in the description box below any of the reviews that I have written for any of them, or in 1 or 2 of their cases, any of the video reviews that I have done for them. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you had a great reading summer as well. Tell me your favorite book that you've read over the summer. Tell me your favorite book that I have read, that I have read over the summer, and I hope that the rest of your reading year is fantastic as well. Bye! This is going to be so fun to clean up.